And I think the only president that actually got it was President Kennedy. And this is why he said, no, like, it's just not going to happen this way anymore. Like, we're not going to be, giving power to Israel. We're not going to be like overthrowing people overseas. We're just not going to do this shit anymore. And they killed him. So I can tell you one example. For example, just recently, again, like I'm only using Georgia as an example because I know what's going on. It's like one of my forte,
Okay.
like my topics. I can use Russia. I can use Israel if you want. But Israel and Palestine was never my thing as a journalist. So I usually stay away, even though I have pretty strong opinions about that too. But recently, country of Georgia put up this like news article, and then they had like a, I think, short segment in the Imedi TV, I think, where they were saying that opposition party, which is Saakashvili, which was a puppet for the CIA, Saakashvili's National Party, we can talk about that too. Like, that guy is incredibly interesting. Like, the guy who was involved in both Georgian Revolution, and then I would argue that he was a huge figure to what happened to Ukraine, like a big player in that too. Now he's in prison, by the way, for the crimes he did with the CIA or without them. I don't care. But anyway, so they put up an article how this party transfers money to a firm in the US that lobbies Joe Wilson, like to do whatever they want. So put up, if you can, go to my Axe account, and there's an article about it. So, and then in return,
Your ex account is wild. I'll read through it. I need to get a shower afterwards. Oh, fuck.
So, like, I can tell you, I put this article up. I was like, they are so going to come after me after this. I don't care. So go to articles or just go down, and it's called...
when did you post it?
It's way down. Go down,
Like
down,
September?
Down. Yeah, I think so.
What was the article about?
I think it's called An Agent, or like it was about Joe Wilson and taking the money from this firm. Hold on. It's going to be there. There, Foreign Agent. Yeah, open that.
Hey guys, if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It's a huge, huge help. Thank you.
Okay. So in here, I explain. Yeah, in here I explain how the whole thing went down. What was the firm that got the money, and then lobbied Joe Wilson to be like, pretty much like say lies like Georgian government stopped building Trump Tower in Batumi. What? Never happened. Like, and the guy supports the people protesting in the streets against government. So people who want to overthrow the government, he supports them and what they do, which is like they broke everything in the city. They went in and tried to like ambush, if I correctly recall, they tried to break into presidential residence. And this is Joe Wilson, the same dude who said to January 6 people, how dare you? Oh, really, Joey? Because if it's against you that American people are coming for, then you don't get to protest and you don't get to break in. But if it's Georgia, yeah, dude, like go overthrow the government. Yeah. Like this is where they fail American people. These double standards that, yes, we fuel revolutions. Yes, we overthrow other leaders. Like, and then it backfires on us. And that's the tragedy of this country. We just don't get it. And I think the only president that actually got it was President Kennedy. And this is why he said, no, like, it's just not going to happen this way anymore. Like, we're not going to be, giving power to Israel. We're not going to be like overthrowing people overseas. We're just not going to do this shit anymore. And they killed him. As simple as that.
I do think it's very well established on record that basically everyone, ironically, with the exception of, oh my God, what the fuck was his name? The guy who took over after Stalin?
Oh, Khrushchev?
Yeah, Khrushchev.
Yeah.
Pretty much everyone in the world, including in our own government, hated John F. Kennedy. And I do agree with you on many fronts that, John F. Kennedy was a normal human. He had his own flaws as a human.
Right.
But when it came to being a leader and an ideologue,
right,
he had a lot of amazing ideas that today would be very hard to put him in a political box with that, which I really like about him. Like he was very, there's no doubt about it that he was so like pro-American standards, ironically, a scion of like a family that probably got their wealth through ill-gotten gains and everything, but like he found a way to kind of break away into his own lane and talk about crazy things like denuclearizing the world,
Right.
you know, or maybe we shouldn't just overthrow governments because we can.
Right. And
Like
he
these are
was
just
against-
insane ideas, you know?
Absolutely. And he was against the war. He was like, he talked, I think the first president, I don't know, we have to check. First and the only president who ever mentioned secret societies and how there is no place for secret societies in a free country and free world.
Yeah.
Like the only president.
Interesting.
Yeah. And
That's
I think
interesting.
Khrushchev called him the best president the U.S. ever had or something like that.
That's not
Yeah.
helping his case, but yeah, I understand that
Well,
because
Khrushchev was crazy.
He did. I'm saying like from a propaganda
Yeah,
perspective,
yeah.
doesn't help his case, but you know, Khrushchev and him had that famous red line that they actually talked on, and they actually had some sort of I wouldn't call it I wouldn't call it a friendship, but they had an understanding with each other where their relationship, even though their politics were obviously different, they didn't have a hatred for each other, which, you know, that sometimes I wonder how much that contributed to us not blowing up the fucking world.
I agree. And we are there right now. And unfortunately, you know, I don't know. Like, see, this is very interesting. Okay, so have you ever asked why are you like so hostile with Russians? Like, why? Like, you can see it as an American and think, okay, what's up with that? Like, why can't we be friends with Russians? Because they are very similar to us, white Christians. They want freedom. They understand freedom. They are very intelligent, like when it gets to, you know, development, all of that. Like, I mean, they were the ones who went to space. We faked the moon landing and all
We
of
did.
We did.
You think we did?
What if I told you a person who's very credible? Very credible. I can't name the person, but I can tell you behind the scenes. Told me that we faked the moon landing. Who was like involved in the
anonymous
process.
sources thing?
I
can't go with that
Yeah,
for a
you
claim like
can't.
that.
Unfortunately, I would agree with you. As a journalist,
Listen, I'm open-minded. I just,
Yeah.
sometimes it does feel like we throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Right,
and
right.
because we see some things as evil in our government, righteously so, we then have to say, you know what, all of it's a lie. There's not one thing we did. And for me, with the moon landing, my biggest argument against people saying we never did it, I'm not saying we definitely did, but every country in the world, including our closest allies,
Right.
in many cases, would have had a reason to try to disprove that we did that because it was such an achievement on the world stage that they would have been like, we want to do it first. And nobody did.
I would argue that they wouldn't give a fuck.
Why? Why
Yes.
wouldn't they give a fuck?
Because
go into the
here's
moon?
because here's the thing. Like Soviets, when they went in space, like, yeah, that was great. Like that was really, really great. So, but why would achievement like that be a threat to them in any way, really? I mean, they can come back and say, so what? Good job. You landed on the moon. We went up in space the first dog, first human. Like,
It's a big deal walking on another object that is not the Earth.
It is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
But I just don't see how it's a threat to them. Like, I just don't see it. To me, it would be great. Like,
It's a great piece of propaganda. It's an amazing piece of propaganda.
Could be. I don't know. Like, I guess I can't see it. I might be very subjective on that because I wouldn't be able to. Like, I would be okay. Another great achievement for humankind. Like, this is how I would look at it. And not
That's
as,
how
like,
I would look at
Yeah.
it too. But you understand that's
No,
not
yeah,
how
yeah.
the masses that
Got
get fed
it. Yes,
look at
yes.
it.
It could be. It could be. It's just, it's very hard to believe what they are showing as far as like moon landing go. And then you listen to people who have dissected the case and it's like, I don't know, but then I do trust the person that I talk to. So I don't know. Like, again, I don't know. But I think that this person is correct. So I don't know.
Well, that's the thing about that I always try to check myself with because my brain, not just the moon landing, but with anything, my brain can go to, it's a lie about something immediately on pretty much everything. Because sometimes I wonder if COVID was, obviously there were aspects of it that were a social experiment, but if part of the social experiment was, ooh, let's break people. Let's break them one way or the other.
Interesting.
Either they defend everything and say it's all real,
Right.
or they say nothing's real at all. You go from fucking Rachel Maddow to Candace Owens, and there's no in between.
No in
right?
between, right.
And so conspiracies are very real. There are many that have been proven. We have one in modern history right now that is the clearest as day thing I've ever seen in my life in Epstein. I just had a guy here who tracked all the phones to the fucking island. I mean, it's real.
It's real.
But then we have other ones that people will claim and it's not real. And what it does is it create, in my opinion, is it creates noise. So that if you believe these 10 things, one of them is 100% real and it's bad.
Yeah.
The people that are in charge of that thing can go, oh, you're going to listen to them? Look at the other 9 things they believe.
Right, exactly.
And I try to be so careful with that. And what I like about my show, like in doing this, is that I can have on given issues a perspective of you here, and then I can have my friend David Satter here, and you guys have some very different opinions. You both have something in common. You've both been on the ground over there and seen this stuff and understand what it is, and you just have wildly different perspectives. My job isn't to be like, David, you're 100% right, or Elizabeth, you're 100% right. My job is to push back on some things, let you talk on a lot of other stuff, and let everyone else out there kind of decide for themselves and land there. And I would hope that like the nuance gets infected where they go, you know, I don't agree with David on that. He made a terrible case. You know what, Elizabeth, her case on this was good. Her case on that was not good. Maybe, you know what I mean?
And that's exactly what every podcaster, journalist, talk show host should do. Like, let people decide if the case was made here.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the right way to do it. And I agree with you on conspiracy theory stuff. Like, it's crazy. I mean, the flat earth and this like stupid stuff. But I think that's exactly why it's there. I think you're right. You said something that I always say. Like, when I start investigating the case, I look at the case and I'm like, okay, what's noise? And what's a real thing here, right? Like, that noise allows people to get like completely, I guess they become, you know, how do I say this? Not lost, kind of, but almost like delusional. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what certain forces, I would say, would want. Because if you're delusional, you're not, you know, cohesive. You can't make right decisions. You're absolutely all over the place. And, you know, there are still people who are on the opposite side of things too. Like, for example, there are people who believe that Kennedy was shot by Lee Harvey Oswald, right? To me, they are a special case. They should be, you know, they should be a study case somewhere. Like, it's crazy. But
hey,
yeah.
bullets are magic. I don't know if you knew that.
Right.
They are magic.
Of course, yeah.
They can really...
We've proven that with everything. We've proven that with Kennedy. We've proven that with Charlie Kirk. We've proven that with everybody, right? Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you guys for watching the episode. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and smash that like button on the video. They're both a huge, huge help. And if you would like to follow me on Instagram and X, those links are in my description below.